And so the Shaykh mentions again, with respect to the mothers of the believers, that Allah Azza wa Jalla said about them, فَلَا تَخْدَعَنَّ بِالْقَوْلِ فَيَطْمَعَ الَّذِي فِي قَلْبِهِ مَرَضٌ. Do not use soft, gentle speech, so that the one in whose heart, is a disease might be affected. Right? So this is advice to the mothers of the believers. So the Shaykh says, there's nothing to prevent a righteous man from addressing and speaking to a righteous woman for knowledge that he takes from her, and vice versa, for knowledge that she might take from him. However, it shouldn't be with a certain type of speech, and this applies even, for example, when you are trading, because again, in trade is allowed, women are allowed to trade, and so it could be the case that a man buys from a woman or a woman buys from a man. Then likewise, all of these guidelines apply in these situations as well. The Shaykh says, unfortunately, we see that today, the employees, the male and female employees, we see that they do not have this fear of Allah Azza wa Jal, except as Allah wills, that you see them joking with each other and being cordial with each other, and sometimes they might even sit next to each other and shake hands with each other, and so on and so forth, in the same way that a wife might do with a husband or with anyone else from her family who is mahram. And they do this alongside wearing the hijab. So you're wearing the hijab, but your actions and behavior is like, it's a contradiction. Like, this is supposed to be modesty and chastity, and yet you are, joking and flattering and flirting and shaking hands, and this type of thing the Shaykh is alluding, this takes place. And this is not the way of the righteous men and the righteous woman. And, the Shaykh says, unfortunately, the woman who does this type of stuff, who does this type of behavior, this woman, هذه مترجلة. This is like a woman who's basically mimicking the qualities of a man. This is not what a woman does. A woman has the qualities of shyness, of humility, of being modest, and keeping away from this type of unbefitting behavior. Right? This is not from the way from the way of a woman. A woman who behaves like this, like very bold and open and joking and laughing and around men and this and whatever, and without any haya, without any modesty, this, the Shaykh says, this is a mutarajjila, meaning a woman who adopts the behaviors and resembles and mimics a man. This is not for a woman to do this, because this leads to corruption and fasad and confusion. This is what you see. This is what you see in these Western societies, where like even like the traditional values still used to exist in these countries even till the 60s, 70s. Like the family values, and the women stick with women and the men stick with men, and like the family kind of values, they used to be present. And now in literally no more than 2 or 3 decades, they've been completely corrupted, and you see the mass confusion within these societies that they are now teaching to children. So this is not from the ways and qualities of the woman. The woman has specific qualities that she should excel in, certain behaviors, certain traits, and the men have certain qualities that are qualities of men, right? And the more they develop and excel them, then the better the bonding between a husband and wife, and between within families. It creates a stronger, stable society for men to be masculine, women to be feminine, and all the traits and qualities which are attached to either of these two things.